Hello.
Yep.
Hello.
Hey.
Okay, so Diego, you want to show something? Hugo, you don't want to show anything? And Deriva want to show something, right?
I can show Google Cloud Storage quickly if you want. I don't know.
Yeah, sure. I'll just talk quickly. I think it'll be a short one anyway. I'll just talk about the rest one. Diego, I think, is going to be the one with the most impressive stuff. And Deriva, and then
I hope so.
and then it's gonna be a quick one, so no need to overextend.
Hi.
Cool. I guess Deriva, can you open the cam? Oh, great. Okay. Do you have your microphone and do you have a microphone, Deriva?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Okay. Go. I guess we can start.
Farad wants to go up, I think.
Hello.
Hello. As every week, we're gonna do our weekly. We're gonna present what we've worked on this week, and we're gonna give you the opportunity to also ask us questions and give us feedback on Windmill. We're gonna start in a few minutes. It's the 4th of July in the US, and we have a few people that are not here today, so it's gonna be a short one. But the two biggest things that we're gonna showcase are gonna be around assets, which is a big change that we do with respect to the platform, and especially for people that are interested in data pipelines. This is really a new primary abstraction that we're gonna add to the platform, and then scopes, which is a long requested feature, and which is going to be a lot easier to do token management and know about their security surface. So myself, I don't have much to show this week. I've been working on our white labeling SDK. So for a bit of context, we've migrated from SVEL 4 to SVEL 5. So we were pretty busy the last months with respect to the front end to do that migration. It seems to have been pretty much matured. We've migrated almost everything. One part that is less visible is that we also have a white label SDK for some of our customers that white label Windmill, and that also needed an upgrade. I've worked a lot on that this week. I've also done a presentation about Windmill at a Rust meetup in Paris, and I've also done a talk yesterday, so in the Google office. So yeah, it was a busy week for me, but not much progress has been done on the engineering side. And on that note, we'll leave it to Hugo, which is going to show you our new Google Cloud Storage integration. Small feature, but for people on Google Cloud, it's going to be useful.
Yes, hi everyone. Yeah, this week I've been working mostly on internal stuff and billing stuff. So I just have this small feature to show you, but we now support Google Cloud Storage for both instance storage and workspace storage. So you basically, for instance storage, you just need to write down your bucket name and then put in your service account key, which you can, like this, it's the JSON file you get from Google. And for workspace settings, we have added a new resource type called gcloud storage. And again, it's quite similar. You have this bucket input, and you have like it's linked to the Google Cloud resource, which already exists, and which is basically the equivalent of your service account key JSON. It works like the other providers. There should be no differences or any problems with it, and we've tested it for both workspace storage and instant storage. That's all for me. Diego, do you go next?
Yeah. Let me share my screen. Okay, it should be working. Yeah. So I've added the assets in Windmill. It's not yet live in the release, so it's a work in progress. But so you could use S3 files and resources like that. And now when you do, it will auto-detect it, and it will show in the flow editor. So you can see it's detected as an input. But if I try to write to the file, it's also shown the output, so it detects what you do with the file. And sometimes you can't know what you do with the resource, so it will be in an ambiguous state, and you can choose whatever you want. You can hover over the nodes to see where you've used them. So you can see that we've used this file on the data lake multiple times. And you can click on this to look up the file on S3 if it wants to load. Yeah, and you can do the same with databases. So you can explore the database, and yeah. Same thing in scripts. You just have a button here, and you can edit the resource. You can see it and select the right mode. You can go to the assets page, where you see every asset that you use throughout the workspace. And same, you can see where you've used them. So you can see that I've used this one in 2 flows. I can see that this one reads and writes to it. This one just reads. And same thing, can explore and manage the files and database. Yeah, that's the most of it for me. Maybe everybody can go next.
Yeah, I mean, just to give a bit of context, so
Yeah.
it's a unifying abstraction because it was already possible to use S3 resources and to use S3 objects and to use datasets before in Windmill, but we were never showing them in the graph. So now we're basically making them more concrete. We track them, so you can basically see in the assets page where they've been used. We also show them explicitly in the graph. We're going to be able to show them explicitly in the runs page. So for anyone that is working with ETL pipelines, it's a way to have an asset-centric view of Windmill without necessarily changing any of our core patterns. And the really nice thing about it is that it unifies the difference between basically data and logic. So the nodes that you see, the current script nodes are logic, and then the new nodes, the assets ones, are data. And it's generic enough that a dataset, S3 object, resources are considered data, and so it basically simplifies a lot of how we view a workflow. I think one thing that is going to be very nice too is that there was before we kind of treated differently if you were using a resource or an asset within the code where you hard coded data versus if you were using it as an input. Now we're going to be able to recognize both and basically show them at the same level and make it easier for people to really see, at one glance, everywhere where an asset or data set is being used within a workflow. So really it's going to make ETL in Windmill a lot easier and a lot more powerful. So big change for people that do ETL pipelines with Windmill. Yeah, Jerry, if you want to go next.
Yes, I'm just going to share my screen, and you can see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can see Discord.
Okay. And now it's okay. You can see Windmill page, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
it's okay.
So this is about Scopes token, like last week, but to show the new UI version, and you can basically allow access to the API for a token, so you can give limit access. For example, like before, you can use for scripts, create webhooks, have the token, and just a specific token that is scoped to that script, so it can't be used for anything else. For example, I have the token, I can create a new one. Here's the token that I can copy, and the URL. And in Postman, I can like go and paste it, and it's going to work. But if I were to change like the path of the script, it won't work. So, for example, if I can create another token in the account and create a token, but that don't have the scopes to like trigger scripts. So for example, I'm going to take a token that can like manage Kafka triggers. So here's the token that is only allowed to manage Kafka triggers and not anything else. So if
I think Derby, if you can show the customs, the one where they're restricted by resources and the wildcard, that will be very useful.
for example, okay, so we can do something like that. I can jobs. You can here choose if you want to unscript, and you can choose like, for example, I want only to unscript that like this. So only scripts that have user uadmin will be allowed. You have the yeah. Okay, I'm going to pass enter. You have the scope here, and then I'm going to create the token. And for example, I'm going to pass that token. It works because the script have the admin user, but if I were to change like another user, it won't work because it does not respect the scopes for the scripts. So that's all.
Great. Arad, maybe do you want to show something quickly?
Yeah. On my side, I've been working on AI features, but I prefer not to spoil you this week and show you everything next week. But
Okay.
yeah, just 2 small features. See you next week to
Great.
see that.
Then in that case, it was a shorter weekly. If anyone has questions, want to give us feedback, the 4th of July, so we expect a little bit of less of people from the US, and but yeah, feel free to give us to ask us some questions. Well, if no one else has questions, then I think we're gonna wrap up and have a great weekend, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you.
See
See
you
Ross,
next week.
maybe
Bye-bye,
as
see you.
a
Thanks.
anyway.
Traditional. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.